stories ezenzakalayo. Fortunately, I've never had to go through any of those things like ukuthi bashaya or ini. But mina ke before ucabanga ukungishaya nje, kumele wazi ukuthi ngiyalazi mina ngiyashayana.
Okay, sikhule endlini ekushota manje bitch igcwala. Last number kodwa iduphinda uphala. Pull up in a trance namadushu khala. Igcwala, bitch igcwala. Okay, shota nani masekufika.
Yeah, true. What's up, bro? Khulekani Zuma.
Hayi mina impela ke singangithofa nje ungibize nangoma shingizela bafuna
So shaya ithakazeni.
Awu phela mina mase ngisibongo sami ngiyajabula.
Yeah.
Ngiyajabula nawe yasazi isibongo sakaZulu ukuthi asona noma esinjani.
Yeah, it's huge. Everyone knows it. Nabelungu basazi. Yeah. Let's start off by introducing the restaurant. We're at Far East Pub and Grill Lifestyle. Khulekani just got a cocktail. How does it taste, bro?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Sengingana ngisho ukuyiphuza ngiqede because ngabona one more.
Feel it, Khulekani. Nice to meet you, bro.
Likewise, but it was supposed to happen a few weeks back.
Yeah, we've been delaying.
Yeah, ngaba khona situation evimbayo. But I'm glad ukuthi sengikhona ke and it's
okay. I was looking at your bio and you do a lot, bro. Like as I told you, my figure, like you do a lot. Like I was actually being too healing it yours. So interview me to important but stuff like Mom said they look okay but I was excited also because there's a lot to talk about, you know. I want to start off with where it began for you from. I'm sure you studied brand management, right? Because you're
actually I did entrepreneurship.
Oh, okay.
After that, I did financial management.
Yeah.
So with the whole thing of the business, because I do branding, corporate gifts, and honestly, it was just when I did entrepreneurship. So I've always wanted to be my own boss. So the idea just came about of the whole branding whilst I was still in varsity. There was a cousin of mine, Ubenza, like your printed T-shirts. So where Ubenzela for I think SAPC and Sakulas.
Yeah.
So I got the idea from him, and then I just did mine differently. But I registered with business, and I then went internationally with my clients. I got international clients to work with. So that was it actually helped me a lot. Because to be honest, I knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
Like even with my events, I knew nothing, but I learned on like as I went along. Even with now, because I've ventured to artist management. I'm still learning a lot of things as I go, but I've learned a lot more, but I'm still learning even now.
Yeah.
So I'm the type of person, I don't need to new food. I learn on the job. I'll do it. I'll do it. I can't go against. If I'm going to do it, I'll do it. It might take me a while, but I'll do it.
Yeah. Because that's the thing about studying, especially for mounted to Pume high school, and you don't really know what to do. I don't know if Nomang Puma, you Spanava and all that. So when I'm out, you didn't know anything about events. That also comes, but also you didn't really study that because you to study in entrepreneurship. But that also comes to mind. It's like, what am I gonna do? Even Mausuga Lapo Escolwen, it's like means Spanava, and because there's a lot of people who also don't have jobs, but they have degrees. But when you know where you're going, like you're doing a lot, you're gonna accomplish everything that you want because you have it down, you planned it, So I wanted us to talk about from your entrepreneurship degree. You got introduced to Ikero Raf How did that come about?
Okay, with the whole era thing, I had a cousin.
Yeah.
I have a lot of cousins. I had a
Yeah.
cousin who used to work for Ikeraf.
Yeah.
It was before Ikeraf and TS split. But yeah, when they split, she left with Ikeraf, Double Lanster and whatnot. But they were still friends with the other artists. Because the problem was with only management. The artists were still cool. So with that, I'd come and visit Etobo because I'm from Durban.
Oh.
I would normally come and visit. So when I came, I'd meet all these celebrities. Because sometimes we would go to the office at the Ralph. So in a way, that it planted a seed, Lumina, of which later on in the years, obviously, I then started to pursue the music.
Yeah.
Because I actually started off with production, branding, and my events. But that was corporate.
Yeah.
So I'm doing corporate events and corporate branding. So it's only now that I converted to lifestyle, like your events, where I now have them in my clubs and all of that. So that's what I changed to because it was due to also COVID, because I then didn't have a lot of opportunities when COVID was happening. So I then moved to lifestyle, and then that also reignited the passion for music, and then the seed that was planted.
Yeah.
So I just moved. It's an easy progression. You understand? Even though I didn't know much, but it was an easy progression because I could learn as I went along. And also, it's not that different having your corporate event and your lifestyle event. It may be different here and there, but it's more or less the same. So I then just put myself in it, and I collaborated with ama artists which are upcoming, which I got exposed also to industry. So that also helped me a lot with everything I'm doing.
So it helped you learn about what you're doing now, which is brand management and stuff like that.
It did help me learn with it. And also, like I said, I did entrepreneurship. So I already had the entrepreneurial brain. So in most things, I do them without realizing that obviously that thing is always there. Because when I started with music, I started with music, but it wasn't like a full-time thing. I would help artists here and there, but it wasn't something that is full-time as I am now. Because now I'm just literally I'm full-time looking anything, and I've already signed my first artist, which I'm currently promoting, and it's going very well. So everything I learned along the way, and everything I learned it's happening out, it's working out with me now. But I'm always learning, so you're always learning with them.
Your labels called
Black Promotion.
Black Promotion,
Black Promotion. It's an artist management agency, but we also do corporate events and corporate gifts. So it's a two-in-one. Basically, it's for the entertainment and it's also for the corporate side.
Okay, so where's the artist from? Is he from KZN?
Yes, it's from Durban. It's in my area, after one marshal. So we do a lot of work at ETV and Joburg. So we've been doing a lot of gigs around Joburg, and we've been a lot of gigs around Durban. But I'm just trying to bring him to Joburg as well, because there are other gigs that we're trying to push. Because it's March now. Hopefully I will have more gigs for March, because April we already covered through April. But I'm hoping March we'll just spend it here in Joburg.
Okay. So I see you've collaborated with a couple of companies, international and national. Let's start off with ETV and what you did with them.
Okay, with those, it was basically for e-corporate. So with ETV, I did a few stuff for them. I did the finale for SS Got Talent. I did their vehicle and stuff, and I did the same for they were having investor meetings with broken vows.
Yeah.
Yes, so they were having that. I also did the decor and furniture for that. Yeah, it was quite a few stuff I did for ETV. And then I also did some stuff for ESS, which is New Skies Technology. They control AMA rights for AMA satellites.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of corporate work that we were branding corporate gifts. I did some of the events. And I also worked with open text. Yeah, it's quite a few. Gender-based violence. So I've been pushing. Once again, COVID, when it came with my problems, but also with those problems, it gave me a chance to reevaluate things and also to rebrand myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it came with all of that. But I've done work with a few companies international, because even with open text, they do I think it's IT, if I'm not mistaken. I did some work for them as well. And also Miss Indoni. So yeah, I've been. But that is just the beginning. So I'm still going to push on that. I still want to go, obviously, if like promotions needs to be bigger than what it is now.
Yeah.
In terms of the corporate side and also with the with the artist management. So I want my name to be up there.
Yeah. I think it already is around the corporate space, because
I just need to make sure it's bigger.
Yeah. And consistency, obviously.
Yes.
So Mercedes-Benz also. What did you do with them?
Oh yes, with Mercedes-Benz. With Mercedes-Benz, I also did a few. I did the truck handover at ESCOM. So they were handing over my trucks to ESCOM. I did that event. I also they normally have auctions of motors for my executives and all the top employees. They normally give them cars to drive for a year, like a loan type of thing. And then after they use it, then they auction them off. So I would do those auctions. What else also? Yes, and my branding. I did also some of the brandings, because with the Mercedes-Benz, how I got through Mercedes-Benz, I got through it via ETV Travels.
Yeah,
because they used to do a lot of work for Mercedes-Benz. So me, during the type of jobs I did for them, then they also commissioned me to do some work for Mercedes-Benz as well. So that's how I actually got to do work with Mercedes-Benz, which was pretty great. Like, was one of the best companies I did work with locally.
Because Vele, they're a strong brand. They're a big brand, obviously from Germany. They
never gave me any issues. Not that other companies gave me an issue, but I'm just there was something about Mercedes-Benz.
So is that like one of the cars on your list that you want to get?
To be honest, I wouldn't mind, but when it comes to a motor, so long as I can get from point A to point B, I'm very simple. I'm a very simple person. I'm not into cars, but houses. Yes. Cars, not so much.
So you like public transport and stuff?
And not necessarily I like public transport, but I don't mind public transport. Because right now I don't have a car. I have to let go of my car. So I'm basically an Uber and public transport type of person, of which I don't really mind. Because even when I had my cars, let's clarify that. My cars. I still use public transport. Because, for example, even with the Yaris, I was here in Joburg, and the Sekai Tegwin, my brother was driving it. So I've never really been attached to Izinto. I've never really put that much value on Izinto.
But I was asking that because bakhona abantu even very wealthy people who also don't care about those type of stuff, cars and stuff. They'd rather use like public transport type stuff or mapaisiki or like or walking, if it's a close distance, you know.
Ngiyajabula ukuthi you are putting me there up with those wealthy guys. Yabona kusho ukuthi it's happening from your mouth to God's
Yeah.
So it's happening. Yeah, but well, I guess maybe that's ngoba I'm generally that type of person. I'm not too materialistic.
Yeah.
You understand that? I guess because it's one of my character traits for my billionaires and it's so I guess we had a lap ukuthi nje nami my wealth yeza kancane sekushoda ukuthi nje mina ngifike kuyona ikhona right. It's just about mina sengiyafika lapho.
So you mentioned also that you worked with gender-based violence. What was it that you were doing there and how was the experience?
Okay, with gender-based violence, it was only just they were using my promotional items. So they fully just corporate gifts. It wasn't anything beyond like your maybe I was working with them with my campaigns. I said no. It just needed my items for for my corporate gifts. So I think we did about 6 or 7 interactions between me. It wasn't that much, but it's something that I wouldn't mind doing again because I like the course that they do because gender-based violence. As you know, what's happening in Mhlabeni, especially in South African Center of Gender-based Violence. So I do like their course. So I was actually very happy on the Saturday when they actually did approach me and wanted for me to provide them with corporate gifts. So I guess the universe it spoke in a way that this is something you like, you into. So it's there's a word about lava. So I guess me meeting them, there's something in the future between me and Abo in terms of sebenzisana because I believe you don't just meet for a coincidence. There's a reason why I got to work with them. There's a reason why they approached me because in vele bengumuntu osakhothayo imisebenzi wabo. So the universe is a way of working things. So maybe it's a never again.
Yeah. What's your opinion though on gender-based violence? Because it's rough and late 2024, you saw what was happening like in our country. Like there was that other guy that killed his girlfriend, took a video, and then next week another guy did the same thing. Like it's just crazy. And this year, those guys in the club, it's just so much happening.
You know what? I think in terms of the gender-based violence, cooler because it's not being treated as it should be. For example, gender-based violence. Let's go to Cape and look at what's happening with my crime with what's the gentleman who the police was he's taking zero each teacher but I can't see anything there from it.
Lost the case
So I think a similar approach in terms of gender-based violence goes to the Bible and screaming. You understand that? Because there's no other way. There's no other way. And if Usukulona in the or when I still with him, I think also mental health also plays a role in cards. Mental health, because I mean a lot of people have problems and they snap. And I'm not saying that's the case with him. I'm just making an example. That's also in the mental health that we need to actually address. Because we hardly address such things, and we leave those things up until last minute. Like for example, it could have been suffering from his and they all ended up and then until the point your woods as a break. But it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. God and night, we need to also take care of our mental health needs. Things that we know we need to be doing, but we don't. Fine, it's not just mental health, like your physical health. A lot of people, they don't really pay attention to izinto ey'kanjalo until umuntu esegula last minute.
Yeah.
And those are things we should be doing on a regular basis. And also with gender-based violence, I think more needs to be done. We need to be more stricter. We need to be more firm with izinto ey'kanjalo. Ngoba izinto ezenzakalayo and it keeps on getting worse.
Yeah,
You understand?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
getting worse. Whereas if sibambisana and work on it, I think we can sibambe ngoba ekugcineni sibenzisana sonke.
Yeah.
If mina ngibona wenza into wrong and ngithula, so obviously I'm an accomplice and I'm basically ngiyayi-perpetuate leyo cycle yena.
Yeah.
So we also need to call out each other for izinto, because you see umngane wakho umenza izinto and you keep quiet.
Yeah.
You understand? So if we can call out each other and put people, things can be avoided. A lot of things can be avoided. And nathi nje I guess siyasaba kwesinye isikhathi ukuthi utshela umuntu ukuthi ifethi awenzi kahle manje.
Yeah.
So stricter hands, being firm on izinto, I think that will also help in terms of gender-based violence.
Do you think Yona rise up against gender-based violence, if you could work with the governments, they can do something about what you're saying, mental health, yabantu, like, and how could they do it? Because like, like that guy, like no one knew maybe if like he was going through something and it boiled up to that point, like how could it be addressed with certain people?
Okay, so I think it's easier just to see because speaking individually about umuntu, it's not going to Caesar because no unento zakhe. But in terms of mental health, with gender-based violence, they basically deal with situations around gender-based violence. Also, mental health and all of that. So obviously, maybe they can have workshops just promoting your mental health and all of that. Of which is it as a government that also needs to be actively involved in. This whole thing, it affects everyone. Everyone.
And it needs the government.
Yeah, it affects everyone. And also, I don't think it just has to be gender-based violence and in a government only. I think we can have avenues that we can use to promote the whole thing, mental health. Because I know we do have organizations and promotion campaigns around mental health. But can we have them more visible? Can we have them more regular? And there's also a stigma around the mental health, because we also need that as well to break down stigma. So when you speak about your mental health, abantu automatically assume ukuthi umuntu uyagula or like uyahlanya or we also need to address all of that, because it's not just about ukuthi umuntu uyahlanya. There are things that people are going through mentally, and those things they are chipper away from the mundo until at the point where they can't cope anymore. They can't cope anymore. And if you have ways to handle or deal with such things, then it doesn't have to get to that point. So if you can get people to actually to consider as a mental health programs, would say by checking like what's in those, it will do a lot of good. And also basemsebenzini, as if maybe they could implement such things, because a lot of stress for learning also does come from emsebenzini. So I don't know, maybe government can also work with companies just to come up with a way just to help with the whole thing, mental health. And because I think with that we will see a change. There should be a change in terms of the gender-based violence.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to mention, Gutipela. If it's only just like a workshop and campaigns and stuff like that, not everyone's gonna go, because people are going, man, I'm fine, or even if they know they're not fine, but they're gonna feel like, I don't wanna go and expose myself and talk about my situation and stuff like that. I think another very important thing is to deal with it while people are young. You must implement it in schools, because most of it's something that's built up from a young age, That's why like it gets to that point ukuthi umuntu azabulala umuntu because into ekudala adila nayo yangithola. So if umuntu udila, or like if like our guardians, they deal with the kids when they still young, because sometimes my parents, like, they too busy to focus on the kids, but the kids, they most of the time they spend it at school, you know. So when they get home, they don't really spend that much time with their parents. And as blacks, like, with me, my mom didn't ask me, "Gutunja, how are you feeling inside?" You know, I don't know if your parents did that, but my parents didn't really do that. You know, so I feel like if it is implemented at schools, like, we would have a way better, like, society. You know what I'm saying?
And I like that we showed on it, because I was about to say something along those lines. Which is also at home.
Yeah.
Because in Ghana are sponges. So whatever you see, they whatever we do, they imitate.
Yeah.
So a lot of things by Tata from like in terms of violence as well.
Yeah.
Those things they also pick up and then back and recycle. Understand? So it's also up to parents to break that cycle, and also but also to better expose our feelings, of which is something, excuse me, that is true in mostly black families. We don't really express our feelings. You understand that? Into a school scenario, so we bottle a lot of things inside. Ngoba also is ukuthi bebengasitsheli ukuthi how about it, and I'm seeing it now with my mother. She, as of recently, like a couple of years back, she's been very affectionate. Like, I guess in a way she's also trying to break that cycle. You understand that? Because now I'm also doing the same with my nieces and my nephews. I tell them, but they're smart. Like you build a child.
Yeah.
So that also is in a way is going to help. That's also me doing my part on ending the cycle there. So if Sibambisana is okay, not just the gender-based government, but Nazi, and obviously companies with them companies we can have to promote mental health. Not even at home, because this way everything starts higher. If we can promote into those mental health awareness, that will also go very far. Ngobani ingane zibamba from that time. It's okay. Those type of things are need to be in Nazis, I understand.
Yeah.
Like for example, even with the whole thing of meditation. Meditation is wonderful. It's amazing, but we don't know
about it.
You understand? Meditation opens up your mind, and so I started doing meditation. I think it was around about COVID, because that's when I was exposed to all of that. So yeah, those things also we as black people, I think, is interesting as benefit. Which we don't really know about benefits of meditation and not. Automatically, about meditation, why does I doing this? Like honestly speaking.
Yeah, true.
So it's only now recently when I was like, okay. Then I started going through meditation, and then you learn and other things, and I think those type of things also help in terms of closing your meditation and stuff. Yes.
So I searched your name up on Google, and it said you're part of East Staff as a UJ.
Not a staff, the food I call that, the food the UJ. Part of Liberati. So there's a UJ Liberati. It's an organization for my community. The LGBT community.
I
was part of that. I guess that's where the staff came about. Yes, I was part of that.
Okay. Because I thought you also worked there. I'm like, so this guy also does, and he also works at UJ on top of that.
I know. I was just a student.
Yeah.
Student long time ago. But I then since well I guess with EUJ ingisizile ukuthi ngisebenze kancane exposure nyana because I guess with Illuminati
Yeah.
ngisebenza I guess
Yeah.
but it wasn't necessarily UJ it was Liberati.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So like if I get part of your CV.
No, I can't put it because it's an LGBT organization for yes
Yeah.
students on campus. It's not
No.
something as we faculty. No, it's not.
Yeah. So what do you think about how open society is today in the LGBTQ and how it was back in the day? Like nobody wanted anything to do with it, and
I think we've progressed a lot, but there's still people who are still stuck.
yeah,
You understand that? We are still stuck. Because really, you with what I do behind closed doors. You understand?
yeah,
Because I'm not doing anything to you. I'm not doing anything ngawe. I'm not using anything yako. So we still have those people around Jalo. But then again, we have wonderful people who are just they don't see anything wrong. We all friends, we all family, we all colleagues, or we all enjoy. There's nothing king with all of that.
Yeah.
But we do have obviously those beggars and beggars. It's also unfortunate with we like South Africa we've done a lot. It's yeah. But other countries like your Nigeria, your Congo, your Zimbabwe, it's still something that we need to do a lot of work
Yeah.
on. People are still being killed for born.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
But how do you kill something I can't control?
Yes.
You understand? I can't control it. You don't have that life.
Yeah.
It's something you can't control as well. You understand that? And the creator also a divide. You understand that? We know ukuthi there's people about accept and never accept it. So the divide, you don't necessarily trust a lot of people. You understand that? So with a lot of people in my community, it's sometimes hard to be space with about strength.
Yeah.
Because you find those you will go out of the way just to make you be uncomfortable or you understand.
Yeah.
And then you have those who actually defend you and that's what now. So it's a divide, you understand? It's a divide, but the progress you are born on. In as much as Masakonda about but there's far more who are more accepting, who are more and feel tolerant because you never tolerating because you tolerate something. But there are a lot of people who seem to be with us, you understand that?
Yeah.
So the progress in corner and all. Before the Zuma, in the sense of team, now it's easier to live the truth.
Yeah.
You understand that? And before you'd have, let me just, for example, in terms of dating, you find maybe you meet someone,
My bigger part.
ongeko completely out. Or you find those about homophobic, but behind those or so there's something else. You understand that?
Yeah.
So we had a lot of those, but now it's different. You still have who would now hit on you in public, the kind of, but would not hit on you. But obviously, but they're a bit more comfortable and more are willing to explore because you find most of them the closets and bangafuni anything ezobakhipha kwi-closet, so they turn out to be homophobic and whatnot.
Yeah.
So now you find everybody are no longer in the closet. They're free to do easy. Because society is more accepting, society is more understanding, and so it's much better, man. Much better than before. But I just don't see ukuthi uhlanganaphi. I've always had that uhlanganaphi. Like uzodini, like and get offended, but yini edinwayo, like I still don't understand.
When did you come out of the closet?
I never had to hide. Luckily, I'm from a family that is very liberal.
Yeah.
You understand that? So I never really had to physically come out and say ukuthi kwenzakalani. But how a lot of my family found out was I was engaged to somebody, bengihlala naye.
Yeah.
So nokwenzeka lokho, he passed on.
Ish.
So that's when a lot of the family knew it's okay. Well, a lot of knew, but they could confirm. Would say, okay, can get now we can confirm.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's a guy. But it has never been a problem. It has never been an issue. Angazi even inkinga. So even within society, I've never really had a problem. But obviously, in Khulekani, you have those but that's, you understand?
Yeah.
But it's never been something epic because we hear stories. Fortunately, I've never had to go through any of those things like ukuthi bayashaya or ini. But mina ke if ucabanga ukungishaya nje, kumele wazi ukuthi ngiyabulaza. Mina ngiyashaya.
Bakhe bazama.
Mina ngokamashi,
Bakhe bazama.
No, actually khona wakazama. But it wasn't just because of the whole gay thing. Where is our enjoyela? You know, ukuthi babadala bafuna ukuklasa emalokishini. I'm shy. So I think that's why ngasekhaya akayikho into engijoyela kahle. Bangibone ngamshaya phambi kwabe on the streets. Umuntu omdala kunami. So njalo akekho umuntu ongibhekelayo. But generally, I don't think abantu I guess they can tell ukuthi if there's ama
Zobakhetha.
Kodwa nje la benza ngibambe inkunzi but eJozi. Inkunzi ngisebenza Toys, yes. So ngihamba ebusuku. So nje bekuyi-2 bezama ukungibamba inkunzi. And ngamtshela loyo one because ngangihambile mina nganakile wacrossa anginakile ngiyambona uzoba phambi kwami. Ngamtshela athi hey ngizokushaya wena. Azange angilalele. Kanti sekukhona umngane wakhe vele obuye ngemuva. So but ngathi uma ngiba kavuka ngashaya yena ngashaya lo. Ngadila nalo yedwa.
Bebangaphetha iweapon.
Angazi if weapons or not angibanika ngicharge abakhiphe. Angibanika ngabafaka impetches. Yes, mina ngakamashi. Ngamtshela from the onset that ngizokushaya. Ngazi uprivate yakhe ake. But ke mina angihambi ngishaya abantu. Ngizokushaya if uyakusukela, but it takes a lot for me to even figure out. But in that situation I had to because phela ufuna ungibamba, you know. So that's I put my fast my fast nje. Otherwise ngiyasibukela nje, especially if umuntu usoxabana nje ngiyasibukela.
You mentioned that there were family members bebangazi bebangekho sure, you know. Nami when we met now, I saw that you might be, but I wasn't sure about. With others that are part of the LGBTQ, like they konama transgender and stuff like that. With you, are you?
I'm not a transgender. I'm just a gay.
You're just a gay man. Yeah.
Gay man. No transgender. No. Just
yeah. But there's also like gays who are more good. Okay, this guy is gay. You know, he's not transgender, but you are more good. He's gay. Why do you want to like maintain the image? You're good. Okay, I'm still a guy.
But I'm not maintaining anything. That's how I am. That's how I am. I need That's how they are inside. That's how they feel inside.
Yeah.
So when they fly inside, then by let's and
Yeah,
you understand?
yeah,
So that's how it is. That's how I am. Like, no, actually, even from the onset, I'm a very simple person. You understand? That's just me. What you see is what you get. So you'd find those about flamboyant and bandani. That's how they are. You understand? It's basically about your feelings, how you feel, how do you see yourself. You understand? So with me, ayikho into mina ekanjalo no, I need to wear weave, I need to put on makeup. No, it's not for me. Inabantu bayo. Inabantu bayo. This is what you see, what you get.
Yeah. So you're working on a reality TV show. Which one is it, and how's it going? With which channel?
I don't want to say a lot, but we're doing a pilot. We're shooting a pilot
Yeah.
for Israel Mocha Love.
Okay, dope.
Yeah, so it's basically about my business with the artist management,
Yeah.
and also with the event management as well side, and also just gonna follow my events and with my artist Unatata. So because we already started shooting, like my kids are Renza. So then I'm gonna be shooting when I get to Durban next week.
Yeah.
We started shooting, in February. But the shooter back home. But I'm only going to start shooting Manfia. So we're going to be following in my business, and also I'm a project in winter. So I'm planning on in music is business. It's a workshop and festival. So with that, ngifuna just for upcoming artists.
Yeah,
Yes, ukuthi bafunda about the business side of the music. Because a lot of these artists, into abayaziyo, you say, hey, I need to go make the music, make the beats, then after that, by post on my Facebook, and
Nothing happens. Yeah.
there is no promotion. There is nothing. You understand that? So I want them to learn about okay. You need to promote your music. You need to sell music. Wako. You need to learn about your rights, like the publishing, your broker logo. I need them to learn about broker. And I also I want to include like your lawyers, entertainment lawyers, because a lot of these artists, they get into contracts without knowing anything.
Knowing anything.
Whereas we do have entertainment lawyers who specialize on those type of things.
Yeah.
So I want them to also be exposed to your information with the festival, like workshop with the festival. So I'm planning on having it maybe towards later in the year. Well, but I don't have sponsors, so I'm doing it by myself. So I'm still trying to raise cash. Okay, as soon as it's kind of time, I might get our sponsors.
Yeah.
But if I don't, it's still going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be waiting for our sponsor who will be thankful in the end. So I'm going to do it with or without our sponsorships. But it's going to happen. It's going to be for our artists. And then afterwards, they get a chance to perform. You understand? Because I want them to get a chance to perform. This stage is cool. You understand?
Yeah.
And just to have that experience, because a lot of them don't even have that. You can't tell them to post that on my Facebook. They don't have that to perform or do anything other than that. So I just want them to have the opportunity. They have an understanding of okay, this is what I need to do with the career, like a direction after that. Because they're all over. And into ehlupha ngabo futhi abakwazi ukuhlangana and work together. And there's one thing I've been trying to get them to do, let them be together, basebenzisane, because there's a lot that can be achieved if they actually work together. But everyone is just in for themselves. And wonke umuntu une-ego yakhe, like, so, but eventually it's something that's going to happen. And izinto izovela kwi-reality show, like the festival and activations like we're going to be doing leading up to the music festival, music workshop festival. So it's the show is going to be following that. Oh, and also because I'm also doing some work as well with Dr. Buselapi. The musician. So we're going to be covering some of his like music, gigs as well now. because we do work together.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot coming. There's a lot coming. So just stick around. It's as a one.
It seems like it's going to be fire because it's a great concept.
Yeah.
It's never been done before.
It has been done,
Yeah.
but not in Ngalendlela. Because I think I know they had a great job at same question like, but it's not as known, especially outside of Gauteng.
Yeah.
Because I have to do it back home.
Yeah,
in KZN,
yeah.
understand?
Okay.
So I need to do that back home. Ukuthi nje phela ke I need ukuthi ngingene like phansi underground ukuze
Yeah.
reach ama-artists la ukuthi bayibone and welcome leyo nto le attend as well.
Yeah.
Because abanye babo bengayibona but they will not attend. So I need to make sure that we get them ukuthi attend. So but it's going to be information that is valuable. Ezobasiza ukuthi babuild ama-careers abo. Understand that? So I also need now ukuthi nje ngenze sure ukuthi they reach lento zabo umuntu underground artist. Then we can start working on lento leyo. But yeah, it's going to be very big.
Yeah, yeah.
That I can tell you.
It's at what episode is it, or do they decide Masiba edit?
Okay, for now, we are still shooting.
Yeah.
Scenes.
Okay.
We haven't done anything towards anything related to a festival.
Yeah.
Because we're only going to be starting years like preparation fully. Mass and affiliated next week. Because I still need to go to a Kumisa. Kumisa whatever it says in terms of like information and publishing and one kind of work with my artists.
Yeah.
So up until I then speak to them, I'll then be able to start within the formulas, fabulous represent. But so far, interview issues it's just some scenes like Kuma gigs, or because like we had a podcast. So we also did that. But Shooter whilst he was having the interview a podcast.
Yeah.
And just basically about is it the MERCEDEZ? There's a shooter.
Yeah.
So only now we're going to be starting doing is the festival there, and then we're going to be following Dr. Buselape with some of our gigs and all of that.
Yeah.
So is it the esazokwenzenga mase singibuya eThekwini.
Okay.
Yes.
I wanted to mention also that with artists, really, that is the story with most of them, including me when I was an artist. Like, you have your thousands of songs, but you just post and you put it up. And what I've noticed with this music industry is that you can have one song, but the most important thing is the field work, not the studio. Because we think, oh, they didn't like the song because it's only 10 streams or whatever. They didn't like the song, so I have to work on a different sound or I have to do something different. But it's not that. It's because you have to go out there and meet people and network and put your songs out there, you know? Even if you just have one song for 5 years, you just have to have one song. That's the most important thing, you know? So the artists out there, bro, like...
Yeah. And it's true with them artists, because I actually did work with a few. So putting in the work, abafuni, and abafuni ukulalela, abafuni ukutshela. You understand? Like for perfect example, I worked with these guys. So they listen to music now and whatnot, and then I advised them it's okay. Facebook, Twitter, they don't post isn't regularly. You understand? Just with the consistency and the algorithm.
Yeah.
No, me telling them that I'm demanding in our phone, but then it's for their own benefit.
Yeah.
You understand? So they bang share, you know, and I worked with another one. Lawyer with my interviews, music is streaming platforms, interviews like he wouldn't go to my interviews. Telephonic interviews are actually like you understand. So I stopped a bit, and then eventually like everything is frequency. I then met Uratasa through one of the guys now. I met all artists. They're all friends. They're all musicians.
Yeah.
So with him, somehow we clicked.
I understand that.
With the frequency it is.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things I can't do to get in tell. You understand? He does them.
He knows.
Like for example, if we have a gig, he knows what he needs to post a video, he needs to promote,
Yeah.
I don't have to tell him. So laba, when we spoon feed and our phone no to enter. So no, we work together, guys.
Yeah.
He ends it, and he's putting in the work. And he's professional, and everything I enjoy, we ends the professional. Whether I'm performing about 3 or about 4,
Yeah.
he is going to perform his ass off. He is going to perform, and so that on its own, I'm happy with this.
Yeah.
And I go back clashes with in terms of egos or
Yeah.
it was just nice setup with okay. We're working on this project, and this is what we need to do, and if we learn. And it's without in because he knows what he wants.
Yeah.
And he's been trying to do this for his cat a day. You understand? Now the corner, so things are a bit easier. You understand that? Go back to now I'm still learning. You understand that? But things are a bit easier because I'm a hustler. I get things done. So things are happening. You understand? And now laba sebe born no la besi right.
Yeah.
So it's a win manje because now I'm second up.
Yeah.
You understand? Because I gave you a chance.
Yeah.
I gave you a chance and you chose so angisekho lapho nangu umuntu engisebenza naye from the onset umuntu wabanje wabadirect walalela ukuthi wasifuna yini nangento efunayo he's working towards that. He's working towards that. So we're working that nje. So with him it's I got anything in the negative in terms of attitude or any. We've been working for a couple of months now, and it's been great. We've been doing our gigs, both Joburg and Durban. Been doing a lot in terms of promotion as well. Aside from him as a brand, we've been doing that as well. So it's things that also as born and maybe podcast.
Yeah. So what else are you working on now? Like, is that the only thing, the reality TV show?
It's the reality show, and I don't know if I can say this. Yeah,
you don't have to.
Yeah. It's for now. It's that
the reality TV. Okay,
Yes.
So the one last question that we ask everyone that we interview is, if you only had 24 hours left to live, what would you do?
24 hours to live.
Yeah.
Let me see. What is it that I want to do? Obviously, I'll have to spend it with my family. I will be with my family. See you always that. So that I'm now just have fun with my family. I think that's the only thing I would do. Because in my life season and also in the parts with being with family and just spending time with family. I think that is priceless. That's the most important thing in my answer.
Yeah, no cap. Thank you. It was great meeting you, bro. It was a great conversation, bro. Shout out to Far East Lifestyle Pub and Grill. That's where we at. Come through if you want your drinks, you want a good time, you want to have a meal. Shout out. Peace out.
So then the cocktail yako.
Away.